Hello and welcome. This is Fortreal TV. My name is Raymond Ijeomah, and I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. In this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with you detailed information about why you should invest in Benin City. Why you should invest in Benin City. And there are different types of investment, but because of our specific area of specialization, we are going to be summarizing our conversation to real estate. Alright, but beyond that, this video will also give you certain information. If you have other areas that you want to invest in Benin City, this video will also give you detailed information about that. One thing I've learned about investment generally is that diversification is important. Diversification is key. Every wealthy man tells you that you don't put all your eggs in one basket. And that's what diversification simply entails, right? So you can invest in this location, in that location. You can invest in Lagos, invest in Port Harcourt, invest in Benin City, and invest in other places. But of course, if you are from Benin, you must invest in Benin City, my opinion. And of course, you can also invest in other places, right? But this video will give you detailed information about why you should invest in Benin City. I've been in Benin City for over 10 years. I schooled in the University of Benin, so I lived in the borough houses. Thereafter, I went for my NYC and I had the leading to come back to Benin. And on my coming back, I lived along Ababa Road. So I enjoyed living in that houses. Presently, I live in GRA, so I can boldly say that I've lived in almost the core areas of Benin City, and by observation, I have observed almost every end of Benin City. And in the course of doing an investigation based on real estate from one end of Benin to another, I have observed and I can authoritatively tell you a lot of things about Benin City and why you should invest. Of course, what I'm going to share with you in this particular video has certain research information that are backed up by statistics. All right, so let's go right into the conversation. Again, my name is Raymond Ijeomah, and please watch the video shortly before we go on into the main conversation. And yes, if you have not subscribed, do it to subscribe. It's important that you do so. This video is powered by Fortreal Rei Ltd, and everything you get to see in this particular video is brought to you with the essence and total ultimate purpose of ensuring that your investments are safe, smart, profitable, and sustainable. As a company, we want to be part of your financial success story as you journey to sustainable wealth through real estate investment. We believe in real estate investment, and we are committed to ensuring that every of our clients get the best when it comes to investing in real estate. Enough said, let us go right into the conversation. The very first reason why you should invest in Benin City is because of its population. Benin City has a growing population, and you already understand that population is important to real estate. Population is important to any form of business, to every type of economy. The population matters a lot. As of today, Benin City as a city has about 1.8 million people. Edo State generally has about 8 million. I'm talking about Benin City specifically. So Benin City has about 1.8 million people. When you look at the statistics of the growth of Benin City over the last 10 years, it has been safely concluded by a World Population Review that Benin City by 2035 will be about 3 million people. About 3 million people by 2035. Now that's about a period of 1 decade. Let's just summarize it to about 1 decade, right? Now, when you consider that and you are somebody who, for example, invests in a particular location in Benin City right now and allows that to grow for another 10 years, allows that to appreciate for another 10 years, you are definitely going to be the guy cashing out. Of course, we understand the concept of the fact that every city was once a bush, and every bush has the potential and capacity to become a city. Now, when you understand that, you will know that when you buy a plot of land today in a place that seemingly looks like a bush, by the time Edo State grows in population, you know already that will greatly impact the value of your land. And as development gets to those places, you know that there was a time that Adesua was bush. I remember taking a client to inspection, and he was telling me about how Adesua was somewhat considered as the end of Benin City. the bush, all of these houses where we refer to as GRA right now, where I'm currently living in GRA right now, all of these places were totally considered as a bush, as nothing, right? And then today it is totally different. So the boundaries are shifting. The lines of development are shifting by the day. So if you are the guy that invests in a place right now that is considered as a bush, you are certainly, by the time the population of Edo State grows, one of the major diseases of making money is demand and supply. As the population grows, there's going to be more demand for shelter. And the truth about the secret, the core part of real estate is the fact that you don't, everyone needs it. The guy who is a billionaire needs it. The guy who barely has 50,000 naira in his account also needs it. So the guy who's a billionaire needs a large expanse of land for his luxury estate or luxury property, but the guy who doesn't have so much also needs the land, even though he might not be able to erect a massive apartment there, right? So either way, demand of real estate is going to be needed by the entire 3 million people that are going to be in Benin in the next 10 years. And when you consider that factor, you know that investing in right now is the best time to lay hold or get hold of that, because by the time that time comes, you are going to be the guy who is cashing out, who is the landlord in the city, right? What you may consider as a GRA. So imagine owning a plot of land right now in GRA. Imagine how much it will be worth, right? So just a plot of land, let me just quickly do that. The plot of land in GRA right now, you can safely be selling for around 20, 25, 30 million naira. That was somewhere that was considered as a bush, right? So let's leave all of that. I could talk about this for a long time. The number two reason why you should invest in Benin City is because Benin City is a passageway state. I refer to it as a passageway state because it's somewhat in between major places in Nigeria. So from Benin you can connect to the east without spending so much time. From Benin you can connect to other southern states without wasting so much time. From Benin you can connect to Abuja. From Benin you can connect to Lagos. So when you look at that factor, I realized the importance of this particular concept when I traveled to Uyo for a real estate transaction. I really wanted to use flight, but the circumstances couldn't help. And then even if I was going to do that, I was supposed to travel from, first of all, to Lagos before I go to Uyo. Now, when I had to travel, I went through about 5 or 6 states. I think about 5 states from Benin before I got to Uyo. And I realized that Uyo is somewhat at the, this is not being comparative anyway, but I'm just saying I realized the importance of the positioning of Benin City when I made that trip. So Benin is a passageway state, and there is a you understand how development goes. There's a spread to the middle. So Benin is well positioned for general growth and general expansion. Once the right indices are set in place, Benin is certainly going to be a massive place you want to consider investing or living in. And then the third reason I'm going to give for why you should invest in Benin City is because of reception that Benin City has, the hospitality that Benin City has. What I mean by that is, like I said, I've been in Benin for over 10 years, and on all of this period, I've never had any reason, I've never heard that Edo is fighting Yoruba in Benin, or the Benin people are fighting the Igbo, or the Benin is fighting these other guys. Benin is very accommodative in terms of tribalism, in terms of different people of ethnic groups. Benin is receptive in that regard. Benin is accommodative in that regard. So that brings in different types of people who are entrepreneurial, who are business minded, who are here for better living, for greener pastures. And by the time everybody comes in, there is peace on ground to allow and accommodate everybody to flourish. So when you consider that as a factor, you will know that it is a good place to invest in because peace is almost a guarantee. That is one factor you must consider when you are investing in anywhere. Did I forget to mention that Benin City is the 4th largest city in Nigeria? The 4th largest city in Nigeria. So if you look at that critically, you already know that in terms of development, in terms of ranking, when you add the necessary indices, you are going to appreciate the fact that Benin City is in the ranking of the best places to invest your money in, because it has the potential, it has everything that it needs to flourish. I'm an advocate of Lagos. I am completely an advocate of Lagos. And as a secret, we have real estate investment in Lagos. And the truth about it is, everyone should invest in Lagos. That is my opinion. I'm glad I've taken active steps towards that. So have a chunk of investment in Lagos, have a chunk of investment in Benin, have a chunk of investment in Port Harcourt if you can, and just generalize your investment. And Fortreal Limited is available to help you do all of that seamlessly. All right. And number 4, Benin City has a good land size. According to Wikipedia, Benin City has 1,204 square kilometers, and that is massive land size. Now, for those who want to go into something like agriculture or something, the best time to invest is when the development is spreading. I'm going to share a few statistics shortly, but before I do that, Benin City, in terms of development, is spreading to the other parts of Benin. So if you're the guy who is considering massive agricultural investment or other real estate investment, housing sectors and all of that, then this is the best time to buy land. And of course, you understand that when the development, as the development goes, the land appreciates and the value and the price itself appreciates or increases. And number 5, Benin City has a good road network. Benin City has a good road network. What do I mean by that? A good road network in this context simply means that you can connect from this point to another. There's scarcely any road that is an endpoint in Benin. When I started driving, I came to appreciate the beauty of the road network in Benin. There's almost no area of GRA that, even in the developing areas of Benin, that you cannot connect from one point to another. I discovered, I taken a client for inspection some days ago, and I saw that there's now a connection from Amagba to Iriri Road itself. So there's just different connections. I'm just driving through Country Home some days ago as well, and I saw that there's a road that's been, I don't know where, I'm going to find out soon enough, but the connection, I was surprised. I thought it was somebody's land. I didn't know that there was a road there and they're already constructing it, connecting it to another place. So, however you see, Benin City has an existing good road network, and then the design itself, because that can only come as a way of the map, the plan of Benin already. So that already shows that in terms of the design, the road network is amazing. So let me quickly do some analysis. The ring road is in between Benin, and on the ring road, from that ring road you can connect to the Obo Axis from to my right, while from the ring road you can connect to Bava Axis to my backside now, while in front of me now you can connect to the Airport Road Axis. In between 45 degree of Airport Road and Obo, you can connect Ekewan Axis. And then you have Chapler Road to my left. Now, when you connect that, there's a massive move of development in between Airport Road and the Chapler Road axis. Of course, development is spreading up to throughout the Ekewan axis and then the other side. So when you look at this, somehow all of these are connected. The Benin City bypass is also connected. I've driven Benin City bypass, 3 bypass connection in a day. I drove from Sapler Road bypass to the Abraka Road bypass that took me to Adua bypass that took me back to Oluku. So that's me almost going round of Benin City, right? So that shows you the massive road connection that Benin City has, and it helps the development, and it is a factor to consider when you are looking at where and when you should invest in Benin City. Number 6, security in Benin. I'm going to go share my opinion on this based on certain indices. I've driven at night in Benin. I'm not a night walker per se, but I've entered my house somewhere around between 11:30 and 12 p.m. One of these days. And I also have a neighbor who does night trips, who comes home late at night, sometimes 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., and that has been consistent. I mean, that has been repeated, right? And if it's not a safe environment, then that would not be a factor, or that would not be reoccurrent. So, largely speaking, Benin is safe. You could be walking on the road and you're with your phone, and except for some areas that you could be walking and it's not safe to hold your phone. But generally speaking, averagely speaking, the security architecture or structure of Benin is getting better. Is good for every form of investment, and then you will want to consider that. Number seven, this is specifically real estate, and I'm going to talk about the rental value of real estate, the property value, appreciation value of real estate. I've had my fair share of profit from the real estate sector, and I can tell you that real estate properties in Benin really appreciate. And then one of the unique things that Benin City has is the fact that when you are buying a land in Benin City, what is offered to you as one plot of land is 100 by 100. 100 by 100, nothing less. So as at today, it's just the influx of real estate companies that are coming to alter that a bit, and some of them are still following the trend. So what they offer to you as real estate companies is 100 by 100, which is approximately or a little above 920 square meters, which in itself is very good, because what you can do with 100 by 100 is massive compared to what you can do with a 600 square meters or a 300 square meters for a place like Lagos or even Delta. Delta gives you about 554 square meters for a plot of land, right? So what Benin offers in terms of real estate is massive. So when you buy a plot of land in Benin with 100 by 100 as its measurement, you are sure to erect massive structures that can give you where to live for yourself and where will give you cash flow. So that is really good, really good. So and then specifically with that regard, I was looking for a professor of mine, my mentor, requested I helped look for an apartment for his wife's sister, and they had a budget of about 1 million naira. And you won't believe that for the spec of what they were looking for, the only properties I could get at that value, or that could offer the value of what they wanted, was nothing less than 1.5. I got some for 2 million, I got some for 2.5 million, right? So it basically now shows you that there's rental value in Benin. There's rental value. If you want to even do commercial for short-let apartments, you certainly will cash out. So in terms of investments generally, you just have to consider the right locations. Once you do that, you are definitely going to make a lot of money from the real estate sector itself. Is it leasing? Is it whatever form of real estate angle you want to consider in terms of investment in Benin? You are definitely going to smile to the bank. Number 8, the big companies are coming. The big companies are here. They are now in Benin. They are all coming into Benin. The truth about it is, every of these companies that carries or that invest in a particular city, they do their feasibility study. They study the environment. They look at the economy. They look at everything. There are a lot of factors that they consider, and they don't come because they want to run charity. It's business for them. So if these guys are coming and they consider Benin a place to have 1 branch, 2 branch, 3 branches, then you are sure that even you yourself, even though you don't do the statistics, you can simply follow their trend and you are certainly going to cash out. So for instance, Domino's has two branches in Benin, one in Sapele Road, one in one at Bowo. They also Market Square has 2 in Benin, one in Sapele Road as this, and then one other at Aduawa. Right, and there are a lot of massive companies coming in. Sometimes you just drive to some places and you see that they've raised this massive fence in the whole place, and they're building something very massive there. Yeah, gladly, ShopRite is in Benin already now. So those are indications. Those are factors that you want to consider if you want to consider the economic trend or move of the big companies in Benin City. And then of course, I would not forget to add that there are industrial activities in Benin. You have the modular refinery, that boasts of 6,000 barrels of oil per day. And then you also have the Oshomo power plant, you have the Azura power plant. I've been there myself, and then a couple of other power plants and massive projects, the Chinese companies and all of these guys that are coming into Benin are those who already existing in Benin. I mean, witness to some of these projects, which we consider when we are advising our clients on areas to invest in. So when they take their presence in such places, we let our clients know that development is going to really get there, because every massive infrastructure has the capacity to attract development to a particular location. And when you look at those factors, you will never invest wrongly. I forgot to let you know that this research was somewhat extensive, and I'm sure that there's going to be a second part of this conversation. Right in front of me, I have about 15 reasons why you should invest in Benin, but I think I'm going to just give 10 because this video is already very long. All right, but the point I'm going to make this is number 9, and number 9 is that Benin City is moving gradually, no, moving on a fast lane on the basis of entrepreneurship. Benin City used to be that state considered as a civil servant state, but it's changing. It's changing, and if, as a matter of fact, that's changed. From the government angle, that has changed because a lot of government infrastructure is sorting out those angles. So it's basically no longer a civil servant state. As someone living in Benin and also relate with entrepreneurs, other business people, I am aware that the entrepreneurial spirit is now resident in Benin amongst young people in Benin. I'm presently undergoing a training, a leadership business training in Benin, and when I see the young people who are doing massive innovative things in Benin, I am simply amazed. And when you understand the importance of entrepreneurship to every economy, you know that the civil servant era is long gone. And the new era is the era of young people pulling up massive ideas and innovations in business. And that greatly is going to affect ultimately the GDP and the economic growth of Benin City as a city, because in 5 years' time, those people who are doing entrepreneurship with some form of resilience are going to have established businesses, and those established businesses are going to impact the entire state, are going to impact the economical frame of Benin City. I'm sure you understand what I mean. So that is really a factor to consider, because all of those entrepreneurs are going to need office spaces, they're going to need accommodations, because sometimes I was formerly living in a one-room apartment, and that's no longer the case. So there's going to be movement from as they develop entrepreneurially, as their businesses progress, they are going to have more demand for better offices, better accommodation, better that, and all of that. And you know how that impacts you, especially if you're the guy who wants to consider commercial investment in real estate, or you are the guy who wants to consider land bank. Whatever strategy you choose to engage as far as it relates to real estate, I mean, you are really going to cash out, and Fortreal Rei Ltd is completely available to get the job done. And I'm going to share the last one with you here in this particular video, which is number 10. Before I do that, please subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. This channel is totally dedicated and committed to you. We want to ensure that every of your real estate investment, that they are safe, smart, profitable, and sustainable. We want to really be part of your financial success story as you journey to sustainable wealth through real estate investment. We don't look out for one-time transactions. We want to be your partner. We want to be side by side as you will invest in real estate in Nigeria. And then the last one I'm going to share with you in this particular video is the tourist potential of Benin. And when you look at history, Benin City has a great history, and one out of every 3 European wants to visit Benin, that kingdom that is really prominent in Nigeria, that kingdom with a great history. And then when we have the right set of people who are going to explore that angle of Benin, that the tourist potential of Benin is going to be explored. And when that is explored, there's going to be need for more hotels, more accommodation spaces in Benin. Because you know, Dubai, Singapore, Rwanda, these nations are nations that have explored their tourist potential, and you can intentionally do so. And beyond intentionally doing so, Benin City has the natural and historical capacity to become a tourist city. And when you explore that intentionally, it is going to attract and draw development to this place. And of course, that ultimately means that your investments are going to be really, really, really good. They're going to have great returns for you. And then if you are considering real estate in all of these, when you're considering all of these reasons, you definitely know that you are going to cash out. And Fortreal Rei Ltd is right here to get the job done for you. You want to invest in Benin City? We are here to get the job done. My name again is Raymond Ijeomah, and I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. Do it to enjoy the rest of your day, and bye bye.